Welcome to another deep dive.
Oh, this is going to be a fun one.
Today we're going to be exploring some translated excerpts from a book called Satya Prakash.
Satya Prakash. And I'm not going to lie.
Yeah?
This is a bit like opening a treasure chest
Uh-huh.
that's filled with philosophical and theological riddles
Okay.
and only having like half the key.
Interesting. Yeah, even without a full translation,
Yeah.
we can see hints of some pretty complex ideas in here.
Right.
We've got names of Hindu deities popping up like
Yeah.
Shiva and Brahma,
Yeah.
alongside, concepts that are familiar like
Yeah.
karma, dharma.
Yeah,
Definitely seems like we're dealing with Hindu thought here.
exactly. So our mission for this deep dive
Right.
is to decode these excerpts as best we can.
Yeah.
We want to unearth the core concepts, the arguments,
Okay.
and ultimately get a sense of the worldview
Yeah.
presented in Satya Prakash,
Okay.
all while dealing with this
Right.
tantalizingly incomplete translation.
That's what makes it fun. It's a challenge.
Yeah.
But one of the first things that jumps out at me
Yeah.
is this text's concept of time.
Okay.
It talks about these incredibly vast periods called kalpas
Kalpa,
and yugas.
yugas. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
We're not talking your average days and years here, are we?
Not even close.
Okay.
Imagine this. A single day for Brahma,
Okay.
the creator god in Hinduism,
Uh-huh.
lasts billions of years
Billions.
in our human timescale.
Wow, talk about putting things into perspective.
Right.
I mean, suddenly
Yeah.
my to-do list feels a lot less daunting.
Exactly.
Right.
It suggests that Satya Prakash is operating
Yeah.
on a scale of time
Yeah.
that dwarfs human comprehension.
Wow.
It makes our earthly worries seem almost insignificant in the grand scheme of things.
So basically, in the eyes of Brahma, we're all just living in like a blink of an eye.
Yeah, pretty much. But here's the thing.
Okay.
Within this immense time scale,
Yeah.
the text lays out this incredibly intricate
Yeah.
hierarchy of beings.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's not just about Brahma being at the top.
Right.
We've got different classes of gods,
Okay.
humans, animals,
Mm-hmm.
even celestial bodies, all fitting
Oh, wow.
into this elaborate cosmic order.
You mentioned different classes of gods.
Yes.
Does this suggest a
Yeah.
rigid social order even within the divine realm?
That's a great question.
Like, are some gods inherently better
Yeah.
than others?
It seems that Satya Prakash
Yeah.
views the universe
Right.
as inherently structured
Mm-hmm.
with distinct levels of power and responsibility.
Okay.
And that hierarchical structure
Yeah.
appears to extend even to the divine realm,
Oh, wow.
suggesting a clear power dynamic even among the gods.
It makes you wonder if that same emphasis
Right.
on hierarchy and structure
Yeah,
trickles down to the human realm
exactly.
as well. But before we dive into that,
Yeah.
there's one more intriguing piece of the puzzle,
All right.
the title itself.
Okay.
Satyarth Prakash.
Yeah,
It translates to light of truth.
that's right. And
Oh,
this kind of framing
Mm.
is a common thread we see in a lot of religious texts.
Uh-huh.
It positions Satya Prakash as a guide to
Mm.
ultimate knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
a beacon illuminating the path to truth.
Okay.
But it raises a critical question.
Okay.
What exactly does truth mean
Yeah.
in this context?
Hold on. So this isn't just some ancient
Right.
myth
Yeah.
or creation story.
Uh-huh.
It's claiming to reveal
It's going deeper than that.
fundamental truths about reality.
Precisely.
Wow.
And the text doesn't shy away
Okay.
from tackling those big questions.
Right.
Some of the excerpts hint at debates
Mm-hmm.
over perception
Okay.
and what constitutes true knowledge.
Okay.
There's one passage, for example, that differentiates between what we see with our senses
Okay.
and the actual underlying reality
Okay.
that it represents.
Okay. Now my brain is starting to hurt, but I get it.
Yeah,
It's like saying
Yeah.
our senses can deceive us, that
Right.
there's a deeper truth
exactly.
beyond what we can just see and touch.
It speaks to that age-old human struggle
Yeah.
to discern what's real
Yeah.
and how our individual perceptions
Mm-hmm.
shape our understanding of the world.
Right.
Makes you wonder, is there an objective truth out there?
Yeah.
Or is everything just a matter of perspective?
It's a head scratcher for sure.
Absolutely.
But, this brings us back
Ah.
to something we touched on earlier.
Yeah.
This idea of cosmic order and hierarchy.
Right.
If Satyarth Prakash is trying to reveal ultimate truth,
Yeah.
does that mean there's also a right way
Yeah.
and a wrong way
Yeah.
to live,
That's a very insightful connection.
to think,
Yeah.
to exist within this universe?
You're right.
Yeah.
The text does seem to emphasize
Okay.
the importance of right action,
Okay.
or what it calls dharma.
Dharma. Okay.
This idea of living in accordance
Okay.
with cosmic law appears to be central to its worldview.
So it's not just about uncovering the truth.
Right.
It's about living it,
Yeah.
embodying it
Yes.
in our actions and choices.
That's where it gets really interesting.
Now things are getting really interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so this emphasis on Dharma leads us to the next layer of Satya Prakash.
All right.
It's moral and social order.
Yes.
This is where we'll see how the text's grand cosmology
Right.
and its pursuit of truth translate into specific guidelines for human behavior
Okay.
and social structure.
That's where we'll pick up next time.
All right, now I'm really hooked.
Yeah.
We've got this vast cosmic scale,
Yeah.
these deep philosophical questions about truth and perception, and now we're diving into the nitty-gritty
Yeah, exactly.
of how people were supposed to actually live their lives based on these ideas.
Exactly. That's what's so fascinating about this text.
I can't wait to hear more.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
All right, we'll be back next time.
Looking forward to it. Welcome back to our deep dive into the Satyarth Prakash.
Oh, it's good to be back.
Last time we left off with this idea of dharma,
Yeah, Dharma.
living in accordance with cosmic law.
Living in accordance with cosmic law, right?
And I'm really curious to see how this translates into actual, guidelines for behavior.
Absolutely. And that's where things get even more fascinating.
Okay.
Remember that intricate hierarchy we talked about with the different
With all the different
classes of gods and beings?
And beings, yeah.
Well, it seems that same concept of structure and order
Okay.
extends to the human realm as well.
So are we talking about like a strict?
Social hierarchy,
Uh-huh.
like you're born into a certain role,
It definitely seems that way.
and that's it, end of story.
The excerpts that we have
Okay.
outline specific duties for different social classes.
So it's like a cosmic
It's like a cosmic rule book
rule book.
detailing how each individual
Okay.
should behave
Okay.
based on their designated position
Oh, wow.
in the grand scheme of things.
Okay, so spill the tea. What kind of specific duties
All right,
so are we talking about here?
For instance, there are passages
Okay.
that outline the duties
Okay.
of a husband and wife.
Yeah.
The husband is portrayed as the provider
Mm-hmm.
and protector,
Okay.
responsible for the family's well-being.
Okay.
The wife, on the other hand,
Hmm.
is expected to be devoted
Okay.
and subservient,
Okay.
focused on managing the household
All right.
and raising the children.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That sounds pretty traditional.
it does, doesn't it?
Even by ancient standards. I'm guessing those guidelines
Yeah.
wouldn't exactly fly
Probably not.
in a modern context.
But remember,
Yeah.
we're looking at these excerpts
Yeah.
through a historical lens.
Right.
They offer a window
Okay.
into the social norms
Mhm.
and expectations
Yeah.
of a different time and place.
It's like we're stepping back in time.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting a glimpse into a completely different way of life.
Uh-huh.
But this rigid social structure raises a big question for me.
Okay.
Was there any room for social mobility?
That's an excellent question.
Like, could someone break free
Yeah,
from their designated role
right.
and, like, climb the social ladder?
Unfortunately, the excerpts we have
Okay.
don't offer a clear answer,
Okay.
but it's something worth pondering.
Yeah.
Did this system
Yeah.
create a sense of stagnation?
Yeah.
Or was there a belief in the possibility
Uh-huh.
of personal growth and advancement
Right.
within the confines of this cosmic order?
You've studied Hinduism extensively.
Yes, I have.
Yeah. So how do you think
Well,
these specific guidelines on Dharma would have impacted daily life back then?
well, it's likely that these guidelines
Right.
permeated every aspect of life.
Wow.
Imagine a society
Yeah.
where your actions
Yeah.
weren't just about personal choice, but about fulfilling your
Yeah.
cosmic duty,
Right.
upholding the balance
Wow.
of the universe.
There's a certain weightiness to that,
There is.
wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
But let's shift gears for a moment
Okay.
and revisit this idea of the author challenging
Yeah.
existing beliefs.
Uh-huh.
We saw hints of that in the first part.
Yes, we did.
Yep.
And as we delve deeper,
Yeah.
that polemical tone becomes even more apparent.
Okay.
There's one passage, for instance,
Okay.
that explicitly calls out
Yeah.
the worship of idols
Okay.
as a form of delusion.
Hold on. So he's saying that...
The author argues that it distracts people
Okay.
from the true nature of the divine.
Those rituals are meaningless.
It seems like he's advocating
Right.
for a more abstract understanding of the divine.
Okay, so less about rituals
Yeah.
and statues and more about
Exactly.
inner understanding.
It's a critique we see
Okay.
throughout religious history,
Okay.
this desire to purify practice,
Right.
to move away
Yeah.
from what's perceived as superficial rituals
Right.
and get back to the core principles of the
Yeah.
faith.
So it's less about the outward show
Right.
and more about
And more about
inner transformation.
the inner transformation.
Which aligns with the text's emphasis
Exactly.
on knowledge.
Yeah.
Truth.
It suggests that true devotion
Okay.
comes from understanding, from aligning oneself
Yeah.
with cosmic law
Okay.
and living a life
All right.
guided by Dharma.
I'm starting to see the connections here.
Yeah.
But there's still one piece of the puzzle that's bugging me.
Okay.
Those weird, specific numbers
Right.
that keep cropping up.
Yeah, what about those?
Like 24,960
Yeah.
and 124,800.
Right, right.
What's the deal with those?
That's what makes them so intriguing. They're
Yeah.
like hidden clues
Okay.
waiting to be deciphered. Remember how the text describes these incredibly vast timescales?
Yeah.
Well, it's possible
Yeah.
that these numbers relate
Okay.
to specific units of time
Okay.
within that cosmic calendar.
So we're talking divine years.
Exactly.
Epochs that make our human concept of time look like.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling.
A nanosecond.
Imagine a calendar
Yeah.
where 124,800
Okay.
represents a single day
Wow.
in the life of a god.
We've stumbled upon a hidden numerical language.
Or perhaps a cycle.
What secrets do you think these numbers hold?
It's hard to say for sure
Yeah.
without a deeper understanding
Okay.
of the text's cosmology.
Yeah.
But they hint
Yeah.
at a level of mathematical precision and symbolism
Yeah.
that we're only beginning to grasp.
It's like those numbers are trying to tell us something
It is, isn't it?
about the vastness of time,
Yeah.
the intricate workings of the universe, and perhaps even our own place
It makes you think.
within this grand cosmic scheme.
Absolutely.
But to uncover their full meaning,
Right.
we'd need to delve even deeper
Deeper.
into the world of Hindu mythology, numerology, and
Right.
symbolism.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a reminder that even within this seemingly straightforward
Right.
set of guidelines,
Yeah.
there are layers upon layers
Yeah, it's like peeling back the layers
of meaning waiting to be unearthed.
of an onion only to find another onion underneath.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay.
Now, before we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
All right.
I want to go back to this idea
Okay.
of individual actions having consequences.
Remember how we talked about karma earlier?
Yeah.
It seems like Satya Prakash takes this concept to a whole new level.
You're right.
Yeah.
It's not just about facing consequences in this life,
Okay.
but about the impact
Yeah.
our actions have on our soul's journey
Okay.
across multiple lifetimes.
So every thought,
Every thought,
every word, every deed
every word, every deed, yeah,
contributes to our
contributes to our karmic balance sheet,
karmic balance sheet.
shaping the course of our future lives.
So it's not just about following the rules
Right.
to avoid punishment in this life.
It's bigger than that.
It's about
It's about accumulating good karma
accumulating good karma.
to ensure
Okay.
a favorable rebirth.
Wow. Talk about long-term planning.
That's right.
But it also raises a lot of questions.
Yeah.
What happens after death?
Yeah.
What determines
Mm-hmm.
the form our soul takes in the next life?
Right.
Are we talking reincarnation as humans, animals, something else entirely?
Those are the questions
Yeah.
that have fascinated humanity for
Yeah.
millennia,
Right.
and the Satya Prakash
Yeah.
offers its own unique perspective.
Okay.
In our final part,
Yeah.
we'll explore the text's view
All right.
on the afterlife,
Okay.
the concept of rebirth, and delve into some of its more challenging
Okay.
and perhaps controversial assertions.
Okay, now I'm really on the edge of my seat.
It's going to be good.
We've got cosmic timescales,
Yeah.
a rigid social order,
Mm-hmm.
hidden numerical codes,
Right.
and now we're diving into
Now we're going even deeper.
the mysteries of the afterlife.
I can't wait.
This is shaping up to be one wild deep dive.
It really is.
Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into Satya Prakash.
It's been quite a journey.
It really has. We've covered a lot of ground.
Yeah.
Cosmic timescales,
Mm,
social hierarchies,
right.
hidden numerical codes.
All sorts of interesting things.
And last time, we left off with this tantalizing cliffhanger about the afterlife.
That's right. We've seen how this text tackles big questions
Yeah.
about the universe
Mhm.
and our place in it.
Yeah.
Now we're going to confront
Yeah.
some of its most profound
Okay.
and perhaps controversial claims.
All right, hit me with it.
Okay.
What does Satya Prakash say about the afterlife?
All right. So
Is it a pearly gates kind of situation
No.
or something completely different?
it's definitely not your typical
Yeah.
heaven and hell scenario.
Okay.
The text dives into this concept of rebirth
Okay.
and the transmigration of souls,
Okay.
suggesting that after death,
Yeah.
the soul doesn't simply vanish.
Mm-hmm.
It takes on a new form
Okay.
based on the karma it's accumulated.
So it's like a cosmic points system.
In a way. Yeah.
You rack up good karma,
Uh-huh.
get a good rebirth,
Yeah.
you mess things up, and
Yeah.
maybe you come back as a dung beetle.
It's not quite as straightforward as that,
Oh.
but you're getting the idea.
Yeah.
The text suggests this complex interplay
Okay.
of actions, intentions, and consequences
Yeah.
that shape the soul's journey
Okay.
across multiple
Oh,
lifetimes.
wait, multiple lifetimes?
Yes.
So we're talking reincarnation here.
We are.
Okay.
That's a concept
Yeah.
that pops up in a lot of different
Yeah.
cultures and belief systems.
Right.
But how does the Satya Prakash approach it?
Yeah. How is it different?
What's fascinating is that
Yeah.
it seems to reject the idea
Okay.
of a fixed eternal destination
Okay.
for the soul.
All right.
There are hints of
Mhm.
different celestial realms,
Okay.
but it's not about
Yeah.
ending up in a permanent heaven or hell.
So no harps and clouds
Yes,
or fire and brimstone.
It's more like
Yeah. Okay.
the soul is on this
Yeah.
epic, ongoing journey
Okay.
of self-improvement.
It's not about reaching a final destination.
Exactly.
But-
It's about continually striving for refinement
Okay.
and ultimately liberation
Maturation.
from the cycle of birth and death itself.
So there is a way to break free
That seems to be the ultimate goal.
from this cosmic merry-go-round
Yes.
of death and rebirth.
And it ties back to everything we've discussed
Okay.
about Dharma,
Mm-hmm.
right action,
Okay.
and the pursuit of truth.
Yeah.
The text suggests that
Okay.
through aligning ourselves with cosmic law,
Mm-hmm.
purifying our intentions,
Okay.
and accumulating good karma,
Yeah.
we could eventually transcend the limitations
Yep.
of the material world
Mm-hmm.
and achieve a state of liberation known as moksha.
Okay. That's,
It's a big concept.
yeah, a pretty heavy concept.
But perhaps that weightiness
Yeah.
is also what gives meaning
Yeah.
to our choices.
Right. Yeah.
If every action
Mm-hmm.
ripples across lifetimes,
Yeah.
then each moment becomes an opportunity
Right.
to shape not only our own destiny,
Yeah.
but also the destiny of our future selves.
It's a lot to wrap your head around.
It is.
But, amidst all these
No, right.
complex philosophical concepts, there's one thing that keeps nagging at me,
Okay.
that polemical tone
Yeah.
that we've seen throughout these excerpts.
Right.
It seems like the author wasn't just laying out a
Uh-huh.
system of beliefs.
Right.
He was actively challenging
He was, wasn't he?
existing ideas.
And this critical approach extends
Yeah.
even to his discussion of the afterlife.
Okay.
There's one passage
Uh-huh.
that specifically criticizes
Okay.
the idea of a permanent heaven or hell,
So he's basically saying,
arguing that those notions
okay,
are overly simplistic
forget heaven and hell. It's not that simple.
and fail to account
Yeah.
for the nuanced complexities of
Oh.
karmic justice.
It's like he's trying to shake people
Yeah.
out of their complacency, get them to think critically
Yeah.
about these age-old beliefs.
It's a reminder that religious and philosophical texts
Yeah.
are often dynamic,
Okay.
evolving bodies of thought.
Right.
They reflect internal debates,
Yeah.
critiques,
Mm-hmm.
and reinterpretations
Right.
that shape the course of belief systems.
So even though we're looking at these excerpts from a modern perspective, it's
Yeah.
like we're witnessing a snapshot
Exactly.
of that process in action.
That's what makes these deep dives
Right.
so fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're not just learning about ancient ideas.
Yeah.
we're connecting
You're connected.
with the human search for meaning
Mm-hmm.
that transcends time
Yeah.
and culture.
It's amazing how these excerpts,
Yeah.
even in their
Even in their fragmented form,
fragmented form,
can spark so many questions,
Yeah.
challenge our assumptions,
Right.
and ultimately leave us pondering
Yeah.
the big questions of existence.
But as we wrap up
Yeah.
this deep dive into Satya Prakash, I
Mhm.
have to ask, what's the takeaway for us here?
What is the takeaway?
How do these ancient ideas
Yeah.
resonate in our modern world?
That's the key question.
Yeah.
While the specific
Yeah.
social structures and beliefs
Right.
might seem distant,
Yeah.
the core principles
So?
of Satya Prakash
Mm-hmm.
resonate with
Yeah.
timeless human concerns.
Okay.
The text's emphasis on right action,
Okay.
self-awareness,
Mm-hmm.
and the interconnectedness of all beings
Yeah.
holds relevance
Okay.
across cultures
Yeah.
and throughout history.
So it's about taking those core principles,
Right.
the importance of dharma,
Mhm.
the idea of karmic consequences,
Yeah.
and applying them to our own lives,
Exactly.
even if we
Yeah.
don't subscribe to the same cosmology or
Yeah.
belief system.
Precisely.
It's about finding those nuggets of wisdom
Yeah.
that can inform our ethical decision-making,
Exactly.
our relationships with others, and
Okay.
ultimately
It's
our understanding of ourselves
Yes.
as part of something
That's part of something larger
larger than ourselves.
than ourselves.
We started this deep dive
Right.
with a mystery,
Yeah.
a book filled with philosophical riddles,
Yeah.
and only half the key to unlock them.
Right.
But along the way,
Along the way,
we've unearthed some profound insights
we have.
about the universe,
Yes.
our place in it, and the enduring power of ideas.
It's been a journey
It has.
through cosmic timescales,
Yes.
moral complexities,
Mm-hmm.
and the mysteries of the afterlife.
Yeah.
And even though
Even though.
we've only scratched the surface of Satya Prakash,
Right.
I hope it sparked your curiosity
Yeah.
to delve deeper
Mm-hmm.
into the rich tapestry of Hindu thought.
Absolutely.
It's fascinating stuff.
And for our listeners out there,
Yeah.
I think this deep dive leaves us with one final
That's it.
thought-provoking question to ponder.
Let's hear it.
If our actions truly do have consequences
Yeah.
that ripple across lifetimes,
Mm-hmm.
what kind of legacy are we creating with our choices today?
It's a question worth reflecting on
It is.
as we navigate the complexities
Yeah.
of our own lives
Right.
and strive to make choices
Mm-hmm.
that align with our values and
Yeah.
aspirations.
Thank you for joining us
Oh, it's been a pleasure.
on this incredible deep dive
Yeah, I've had a great time.
into Satya Prakash.
You too?
We'll see you next time
Looking forward to it.
for another adventure into the world of knowledge and ideas.